Fortnite is dying. Everybody's been saying it, and we all know it's true. But why is it dying? Is the real question here. Let's start off with the first reason. Okay, let's go over to V-Bucks over here. They've lowered the amount of V-Bucks that you get, but they've kept the same prices. Instead of 1,000 V-Bucks, it's now 800 V-Bucks for $9. For instead of 2,800, it's 2,400, and instead of a bunch of other stuff, it's all of this. So that's the first reason. They've lowered the amount of V-Bucks that you get every time that you get V-Bucks. Okay. Second, they laid off over 1,000 employees. Yes. Also, this definitely is not one of the reasons, but I mean, like, they kind of got rid of one of my favorite modes, which is rocket racing and ballistic. Oh wait, they still have it. What? Oh, I thought they got rid of it. Anyways, yeah, they're doing that. They're losing money, so they decided to hire The Rock. This season, I haven't played it yet, but based off of what I've heard and seen, this season might be the worst season we've ever had. They're running out of ideas, and Epic Games, they fired some of the best Epic Games employees that there are. They fired the creator, the designer of Jonesy, the designer of the face of the game. They fired him. So what do we do now? Is the real question here. Well, I'm going to explain my thoughts on everything and everything that's been going on while I play a little bit of Blitz. Let's play. So, Fortnite or Epic Games, they don't just own Fortnite, okay? They also kind of own Fall Guys and Rocket League, kind of. Okay, they in partnership with other things for those games. They made it Tonic with Fall Guys, and I forget the other one for Rocket League. So Epic Games is also making those games fail as well. We'll get into Fall Guys and Rocket League in a minute. Okay. But this is a Fortnite video. So when you talk about Fortnite, we'll be talking about Fall Guys and Rocket League and why they are also slowly dying. So obviously Epic Games fired some of the best employees ever. And that doesn't just affect Fortnite, that affects Fall Guys and Rocket League too. I'm tired. Also, Fortnite has been getting really repetitive. I mean, I stopped playing it even before, you know. They've laid off a bunch of employees. They've done mass layoffs before in the past. This isn't a new thing. It's definitely new to this extent. Uh, the creators are not fun to watch anymore. Like, who watches Happy Happy Gal in the Big 2026? Who watches Typical Gamer in the Big 2026, bro? I guarantee you nobody does. Well, people do, they have those. Also, why does Typical Gamer not have an icon skin yet? That's probably another reason. One of the biggest Fortnite creators in the entire game hasn't gotten an icon skin, but yet some people that people have never even heard of do. That's just a bit weird. Fortnite creators have also stopped playing Fortnite as much. Like, Courage now plays Deadlock. I forget what Typical Gamer's playing now. Creators have just moved on, and that includes me. If you go back in my past, I was doing straight Fortnite content left and right. but then it just got like boring. It became so unplayable. Chapter 6, Chapter 2, and Chapter 4 and Chapter 1. Obviously, those are the best chapters that we've ever had. I'm gonna, I'm gonna say it. Okay, Chapter 6 is goated. Chapter 6, Season 1, we had Godzilla. Those were some amazing times. You know, playing with my friends. That was a really fun time. It was really great. I love Chapter 6, Season 1. Okay, Chapter 6, Season 2. Again, awesome season. And it was just really fun with friends. And then the Star Wars season. Not the best season ever, but it was still decent. Yeah. And then we had season 3, which was amazing. And then from there, it started to go downhill. The Simpsons season was fun, but besides that one, it really had a lack of fun and friends. Well, at least for me, because you know my friends, they would always be on Fortnite, and then they just randomly stopped. And I feel like it's like I don't really know that much about other people, but I feel like it's the same for a lot of other people as well. All right, let's get into Fall Guys, and then we'll get into Rocket League, okay? Because there are some other big games run by Epic Games. The Thousand Boys laid off really took a big hit in Fortnite and Fall Guys. Second place. Alright, we're gonna play again. Fall Guys. Oh, they need to stop doing creative and need to work on what's it called? I forget what it's called. Uh, the levels in the classic games. The level in the classic game show. We don't really need to, like, I get like a couple creative maps, but they've just stopped making the ones from the classic games, and that's what made Fortnite fun. Was that there were new original maps that not everybody could make. Well, at least that's what it was for me, because somebody can't make freaking Seesaw. Well, I mean, they can't make Seesaw because it has an original design. Nobody can make. Actually, I think people can make that. People can make some of the original levels, but nobody can make anything from SS2. Uh, I don't. Well, I guess people can make something from SS3, but there are a lot of. They need to go back to having seasons again. Getting rid of seasons, that was a bit weird. I was like, at first, I was like, okay, this is just something that they're gonna bring back, in the future. No. And it's a stupid decision, in my opinion. Because seasons are part of every game. We have Fortnite with the seasons, we have. It's like 5 in the morning. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. There's nobody here to remind me. So, let's talk about Rocket League. Oh wait. Let's talk about ranked mode in Fall Guys and Fortnite real quick. Uh, Terrible right now. Not really the greatest. Can I just not go there? So yeah. They're not in the greatest shape right now. Ranked Fall Guys is actually pretty fun, but ranked Fortnite, it's not really the best. Too many sweats in Fortnite is another thing. That's why they're losing so many casual players, because there's just so many sweats in pub games. Same thing with Fall Guys and Rocket League. There's so many sweats in pub games. I feel like if they have like a 5 win streak, there should be like an auto thing to like play like ranked. There should be like an auto bar that tells you like if you're doing too good. because then you know because a bunch of casual players don't want to play with sweats. They want to just hop on the game and have a bit of fun. But that's just not what happens anymore at all. I'm gonna keep my flapjack because it's really good. Oh, this the shield. This is the only reason I'm playing Blitz because of the shield and all the other Marvel things. I'm in my like Marvel era right now. Iron Man's combat kit. War Machine's arsenal. You know what? We're gonna do straight Marvel stuff. 'Cause, why not? What's there to lose? I mean, who cares about this game anymore anyway? Okay, we got War Machine's arsenal. We got Captain America shield and Iron Man stuff. Okay, Rocket League. I haven't Rocket League at this point is just a game for edits. You know, it's really not a game that you can just play for fun anymore like you used to. At this point, it's just a game for edits, and not a lot of people play it. Not a lot of people want to see it, which kind of sucks because it's a pretty good game. Doctor Doom. Since when did I never knew Doctor Doom existed. Okay. Oh wait, I remember what this is. Oh yeah, I know what this is. This is from the chapter 5, I think. Oh, I might just be stupid. Um. Okay. Fortnite is just, not doesn't hit as good as it used to. I feel like they really stopped trying to put effort into seasons. W victory. I feel like they've just stopped putting effort into seasons, and they've just been, like, oh, we're gonna get an infinite amount of players anyway. But that's just not the case. Let's see if anybody else does. Probably not. I think I'm gonna play OG because that actually has the end game LTM. Fall Guys, Stumble Guys at this point. Stentric, one of the biggest Fall Guy, the biggest Fall Guys creator, I'm pretty sure, has literally like like he was talking about how Fall Guys, is like he's moving on to other games. Is basically what I'm trying to say here, such as Stumble Guys, Mario. So you're trying to tell me a long-term Fall Guys creator is switching over to Stumble Guys? That's how you know the game is dying. When the biggest creator is switching over to the knockoff. And, Rocket League Sideswipe, Rocket League Mobile. Okay, they need to add a mobile version. Like there's a mobile Fall Guys, there's a mobile Fortnite, which sucks by the way. I'm playing on mobile Fortnite right now. This stuff sucks. Ugh. They don't have like a straight Rocket League mobile. They have Sideswipe, and that's about it. The Epic Game Store. I feel like Epic Games needs to work on more games because right now they're promoting games that they don't have anything to do with. Like what does the creator of Fortnite know about Balloon Tower Defense 6? I don't know. You don't know. Freaking Tim Sweeney doesn't know. Also, I think it was Tim Sweeney who bought all that land and then refused to give it to anybody. So if that was him, W him. But if it wasn't, then L Tim Sweeney. Um, we're losing money. This is Epic Games employees, by the way. Oh wait, I forgot there are no Epic Games employees. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. We're losing money so bad. We've had some of the lowest player counts we've ever had. Okay, well, you know what we're gonna do? Fire 1,000 employees. What? Hire The Rock. Huh? You heard me. It's only so low right now. How do I play the end game? Let's see. Is it through OG? Where have you? Wait a second. This isn't end game. Let's see. I'm slow. My bad. Alright. So that's gonna be it. By the way, sorry my last video's mic wasn't on. I was recording some clips for my channel, for my clips channel, and I kind of forgot to turn my mic back on. So I'm gonna end the video right here. You know, shout out to Fortnite, shout out to Fall Guys, shout out to Rocket League.